On October 20th, 2010, Inter Milan, the European treble winner, is playing Tottenham in the Champions League group stage. After the first half, Inter Milan leads with 4 goals and clinically finishes the match. In the second half, a player who is 21 years old comes in. His original position is left back and he shakes the San Siro after scoring a hat-trick against Julio Cesar and under the watch of the legend Javier Zanetti. So, at the end of the match, Inter Milan wins 4-3. But the whole world doesn't focus on the victory. They focus on the young Welshman who single-handedly destroyed one of the strongest defenses in Europe.
Gareth Bale, a legend that never grew old.
On the 16th of July, 1989, from the heart of Cardiff in Wales, specifically in the Whitchurch neighborhood, the story of the boy who would make history began. Gareth Bale, a child born into an ordinary family, his father named Frank worked as a school caretaker and his mother Debbie was in trade, but fate had a completely different story in store for him at Eaglewy's Newid Primary School. At the age of 9, Gareth managed to attract attention while playing in a 6-a-side football tournament. And from here was the beginning for Southampton to notice the talent of this young boy for the first time. And who was Gareth's hero at that time? It wasn't just anyone. It was Ryan Giggs, the legendary Manchester United player and an inspiration for any young Welshman at Whitchurch High School. Gareth wasn't just a football player. He was an all-around athlete who played rugby, hockey, and was even a very fast runner. At just 14 years old, he managed to run 100 meters in 11.4 seconds.
This speed was the beginning of his strong weapon on the field.
But still, his football talent surpassed his peers to the extent that the physical education teacher Maurice had to set special rules for him, like playing with one touch and not using his left foot, the strong foot he played with, all to level the playing field between him and his peers. Can you imagine the difference between him and his peers?
And yet, he was still shining.
And when he turned 16, he was able to lead his school's under-18 team to win the Cardiff Cup. And by the end of school in 2005, Bale achieved an excellent result in physical education and was classified as the best athlete in the school. His teacher, Maurice, said at the time that Gareth has an iron will and a personality that allows him to achieve all his dreams, and that he is one of the people he most enjoyed teaching. And on the 17th of April, 2006, when Bale was exactly 16 years and 275 days old, he made history as the second youngest player in Southampton's history to participate with them after Theo Walcott. His first appearance was in a match against Millwall. The match where the team won 2-0. And that was just the beginning. On the 6th of August, Gareth Bale scored his first goal in the championship. And that goal was in a special way from a direct free kick against Derby County in the match that ended 2-2. After that, everyone talked about the boy with incredible shooting skills. The talk that motivates Bale to showcase his talent even more, and he continues to shine, scoring more free kicks like the one he scored against Coventry City at St Mary's Stadium, and against West Bromwich Albion, he takes another shot, but it hits the post, sending a clear message that Gareth Bale is a real threat from any free kick. By December 2006, Gareth Bale had scored 5 goals, all proving that he is an extraordinary player. He scored an equalizing goal at the end of the match against Sunderland and legendary free kicks against Hull and Norwich City. The performance that earned him the Carwyn James Award from the BBC as the best young athlete in Wales. Months later, specifically on the 4th of March 2007, he received the Best Player Award, a young man in the Championship. After his first full year as a professional player with Southampton, the local press described it as an extraordinary season. Gareth was one of the most creative players in the Southampton team, even though he played as a left back, and even his defensive abilities improved significantly during the season. But unfortunately, the end of his journey with Southampton was difficult after Southampton finished the league in 6th place and qualified for the playoffs on May 12, 2007. In the playoff semi-final match against Derby County, Bale came on in the second half. The injury prevented him from participating in the return match. The match that Southampton lost on penalties and couldn't qualify for the Premier League. Thus, Bale ended his time with Southampton. He played in 40 matches, scored 5 and assisted 11, and all this while he was still not yet 18 years old. May 25th, 2007 was the day Gareth Bale's life changed forever. Gareth signed a 4-year contract with Tottenham Hotspur in a deal that started at £5 million sterling, but it could reach 10 million depending on the number of appearances he would make and the success he would achieve with the team. Gareth Bale's transfer to Tottenham was the beginning of a new chapter in his career. The London club saw in him an exceptional talent, a player with the ability to make a difference on the field. Such deals are only made for players with a brilliant future. With Tottenham, Gareth was on a path to true stardom. The challenge became bigger, the competition tougher, but the skills he had were ready not only to face the challenges but also to make history. And on the 12th of July 2007, Gareth Bale's chapter with Tottenham began. His first match was a friendly against St. Patrick's Athletic. Although he left in the 80th minute due to a minor injury, the fans saw a glimpse of his talent. But the real start was on the 26th of August 2007 when he played his first official match with Tottenham against Manchester United at Old Trafford. But Gareth was ready and played a good match, and in his second match with the team on the 1st of September, Gareth Bale had an unforgettable day when he scored his first goal with Tottenham in an exciting 3-3 draw against Fulham. The goal was a clear announcement that Gareth Bale was there to make a difference. Bale continued to prove himself and capture attention, scoring a magnificent goal from a free kick against Arsenal in the North London derby. And of course, we all know the value of a goal in the North London derby. With that goal, Bale immediately won the hearts of the Spurs fans. And after this match, Tottenham hosted Middlesbrough at White Hart Lane in a League Cup match, the match in which Gareth Bale managed to score his third goal with the team. It became clear that every match was a new step in building his legend. On the 2nd of December 2007, it was a difficult moment in Bale's career. A match against Birmingham City ended with a severe injury after a harsh tackle from Fabrice Muamba. Unfortunately, the diagnosis was painful. A tear in the right ankle ligaments. This injury forced Gareth to be absent from the field for a long time because on the 11th of December, Gareth had to undergo exploratory surgery. As the weeks passed, it became clear that the season was over for him. Tottenham's sporting director, Damien Comolli, stated at the time that even if Bale's ankle could recover before the end of the season, they wouldn't bring him back to play to avoid a repeat injury, and that he knew Gareth was obviously frustrated, but he was still young and they were doing what was best for his future. But we all know that heroes always come back, and in early August 2008, Bale was ready to return to the field once again, and in the same month, he renewed his contract with Tottenham for 4 more years, which was a clear sign of Tottenham's confidence in him.